Hey yo, it's your boy Ancient Albatross here again with the Cypher Unlimited crew. We have our usual suspects of AD or Alvadine. We have Spigs18 or Anthony. And just as a quick reminder, if you haven't, be sure to follow and subscribe on both Twitch and YouTube. It really helps us quite a bit. But Dean, what are we doing here tonight?
Wow, tonight, you know what, guys, it's good to be back. First of all, I made it. I made it through. I was sick there for a couple of days. It was terrible. Out of work the whole nine, and I'm back kicking. So I'm glad to be here, be able to take part in this. We got our good buddy Jason Campbell here, otherwise known as Shadomain, all over the place. One of the longest running guys on the CU. You know, love this guy. He's going to run us through his clue-inspired adventure. It's called Hint. It's pretty cool. I think it's gonna be nice. It's on Drive Through RPG if anybody's interested. So today we're gonna be taking part in this little murder mystery, and my character today is Dr. Langston Pearl, who is a tongue-tied adept who works for a living. And Al?
Awesome. So then I will be playing who I'm calling Master Roger Ruby. He's a charming speaker who fights dirty. He's an up-and-coming actor in the it was 1920s here. Does a bit of Shakespeare, some other stuff, but yeah. And Anthony?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Jason is happy to have you here. And I'm playing Captain Gary Garnett. I'm a foolish warrior who leads. And we're going to just pass it off to Jason and let Jason explain exactly what's going on. And hopefully we'll find whoever this killer is.
Okay, thanks, Ant. I should mention first, because there's one NPC in the game, I am playing Mr. Diamond. Mr. Diamond's character is... I should have the sentence up. Mr. Diamond is a virtuous explorer who helps his friends.
Oh, that's good.
So, you hope that works out for you. So this is a Hint Adventure is designed as a one-shot. It's out there on RPG. You can find it and play it on your own. It uses the Cypher system, so you need the CSR to be able to play. There's a few rules to make this game work. There's a few rules that are added, and there's one or two rules that are changed, but otherwise it's essentially using generic Cypher system. If you're new to the Cypher system, welcome. Cool. Check out the CU Discord, because that's where to learn everything Cypher. And if you know the Cypher inside and out, I'll tell you where the changes will be. But first, the background of the story. Our story begins in November of 1926. 4 people are invited to their friend Johnny Person's manor house outside Big City for a dinner party. They all eat dinner, although curiously Johnny is not present. After dinner, the butler enters the dining room, introduces himself as D. Stewart, and informs the guest that Johnny Person, their friend, is deceased. The butler continues. He says, Johnny was killed by poisoning last week while he was alone in his home. He left a letter written in purple ink. Of course, purple ink, everybody knows. That was his favorite color, the only ink he ever used. He was obsessed with purple ink. The letter goes on to state that the 4 guests should be invited to a dinner party. He also claimed that there are clues to who murdered him left throughout the house. Johnny says he has faith that one of his friends will put the clues together and find the murderer, because although we met in places all over the world, and I respectfully note that you each have your own favorite artists and types of music and authors unique to yourself, you are all exceptionally bright in your own ways. I've used the knowledge I have about each of you to place these clues throughout the house. But be warned, one of the 4 of you is my murderer. After reading the note, the butler notes that he suspects that Johnny Person was being slowly poisoned, and perhaps that made him act erratically suggest this might explain the odd circumstances that you all find yourselves in. Now, out of the game, we have one of our characters here is guilty of the murder, and the other three are innocent, and it's the innocent character's job to figure out, by finding clues and interrogating each other, figure out who the guilty character is. It's the guilty character's goal to find a certain number of clues which they can then abscond with, and they can escape that way. Note that if the guilty character happens to be an NPC, because it could be, there's a separate system for, if you find enough clues without determining who the murderer is, the NPC gets to escape. So I've randomly determined who the murderer is before we even started the game, so nobody knows. Actually, I do, but that doesn't count. I'm the game manager. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, this was being read to us by the butler.
The note was read to you by the butler.
Captain Garnet is in his 80s, and you see him pull out a gold horn. He puts it to his ear, and he goes, "What did he say, Sonny? I can't hear really well."
Put a hand on your shoulder, say, like, because you're sitting right next to me. I like push that little horn out of the way, like, relax. He just said that somebody killed Mr. Person, our good buddy. We got to figure out who it is.
Mr. Person is dead?
Yeah. I roll my eyes over at Dr. Diamond. It's like, how old is this guy again?
All right, let me interrupt the game here and throw the rules at some of the viewers who may be more familiar with the Cypher system. Standard recovery rolls aren't available, mostly because this is a one-shot, and that would make you immortal. So you have no recovery rolls available for you, but each character starts with an XP, and they can obviously gain XP as they go through the game. You can always spend an XP to get a recovery roll. That's the principal rule that's been changed. Every character has started at tier 1. They all start with 1 XP. They also have one starting single-use cipher, which I've added to your character sheets. Although they each don't know what the other cipher is, so they're effectively secret. Unless you want to tell them, that's up to you.
Are player intrusions allowed?
Sure. Oh, you know I love player intrusions. Okay, so we start our game in the dining room. I think you can see you each have a token that represents your character. You can move it in the dining room. The butler, after reading that and giving you the information, wishes you good luck and then turns to leave the room.
Whoa, hold up. Stewart, I believe your name is, Mr. Stewart?
Yes, sir.
Where are you going? How can you drop this news upon us and then just abscond as if nary a worry in your mind?
Well, truth be told, Mr. Person died a few days ago. I've been processing it since, if that's your question. Otherwise, I have no more information than you do, so I'm afraid I won't be of much help to you in solving the crime.
Tis quite the quandary, fellows. I look over at my two dinner mates, or my three dinner mates, with what you call it being there, Mr. Diamond.
Mr. Diamond, yeah.
Dr. Pro pushes his glasses. Wait, Person's dead? This makes no sense.
I understand just as much as you, friend. But it seems we're meant to figure out who done it. And I look over at the three of them, because it seems one of us is a murderer.
Mr. Diamond says, yeah, Mr. Diamond says very loudly, it looks like Mr. Person, although he was a good friend of mine, has put us in this quite awkward situation.
Awkward indeed. I go to stand up from the dinner seat. Nothing's going to get resolved with us just standing here. We must explore, look around. The note said there would be clues, yes?
Yes, there will be. There. So, portfolio. What? The butler. Yeah. Where was Mr. Person's body found?
Unfortunately, his body was found outside the house. He had managed to stumble out into the front walkway, and his body was found there. It was later determined that he was poisoned.
Poor Johnny boy. Didn't deserve to go like that. I'm shaking my head.
Captain Garnet leans on whoever's closest to him to get up, and he grabs. You notice he grabs a wood cane with the knob of the cane is like an eagle's head, as he slowly tries to stand up from the table.
I help him up. I was sitting next to him. I was like, "Come on, don't break anything." As I help him get to his feet.
Oh, thank you, Sonny. You're such a good boy. As I slap his face like a couple of quick love taps.
I grab a handkerchief from my breast pocket and wipe my face off. Put it back in. So, Dr. Pearl, what say you about these clues? What kind of poison could have driven him to such madness to leave clues like this for us instead of, alerting the authorities?
It's hard to say. Well, I'm really at a loss, but I don't know. Let me just think for a moment. Could I make a intellect roll, see if I can come up with anything because of knowing the things that I know or might know?
Sure.
All right. You know what? And I will spend a level of effort. I rolled a 12.
Okay. You know that there is or there was a factory in town which was made various chemicals, and some of the people that work there have come down with, for lack of a better word, a sort of insanity, at least to the effect that they do odd things. You suspect that since this doesn't sound like any typical poisoning, you suspect that maybe he was poisoned using one of these chemicals.
Did you say he was poisoned? Did someone say poison?
Yeah, old Johnny boy was poisoned.
Aren't you a doctor? Wouldn't you know about poisons? Like how to poison someone? As I slowly take a step back from the doctor.
Me? Poison someone? No, not even possible. I took an oath. I'm not that. I'm not that type of doctor.
I don't know, guys. He's coming across really nervous.
No, nervous. You know this is how I talk all the time. Stop jumping to conclusions.
I say, accusing each other isn't going to get us anywhere. He said there's clues. We should search them out. We have to stick together, though. The killer could slip away and do something mischievous. If we stick together, we have a better chance of catching the person.
You know, with that being said, my character will start walking around the room using his, I want to use my scan ability. I figure it would just be him being hyper observant, looking for anything out of place, looking for a, you know, a slip of paper. We're in a dining room, so you know, a misplaced candelabra, you know, or dust where it shouldn't be, type deal, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right,
So
so
the dining room, it's a large hall with a long central table which you were sitting at for dinner, made from mahogany with elegantly carved details at all four corners. The room is lit up from above with an electric chandelier. That said, your scan ability doesn't show you anything particularly out of order.
okay.
Notice anything, Doc?
Well, there doesn't seem to be anything in here. I guess we better start exploring the rest of the house. This in yeah, look around the rest of the house.
I kind of have to use the loo. Could somebody accompany me to the nearest bathroom?
Bathroom.
Mr. Diamond says, rolls his eyes. Certainly.
I'm
The
sorry,
nearest.
Sonny. I can't hold it in like I used to.
Well, I think the bar is right next door, so perhaps I could get a drink. I could use a drink. And you could use the lavatory, the facilities.
And I like when he gets close to me, I point to my eye and point to the doctor and keep an eye on that one, trying to whisper, but I'm saying it really loud so everyone can hear it.
And when you say something about it, I'm like, the bar room sounds like a good place to look for something as well.
I concur. Let us make haste. And I start heading towards the bar. I actually lead the way after they all agree to go.
All right. On the roll 20 board, we can all move our. Although maybe I should move Captain Garnet because he needs help. So Mr. Diamond will take him by the elbow and sort of help him up on the way.
Yeah, I'll definitely brace on his arm
Yeah.
along with my cane to keep up with the rest of the group.
So I should preface this before we start exploring by saying you know the manor somewhat, but you're not entirely familiar with it. So, for instance, you have the map that we're looking at is all in your head, so you know that there is a game room to the west side of the manor house, but you don't know all the details. So when you get to the bar room, it has its entrance to the west wall, which you just came through, and the floor is covered in red shag carpet. There's a bar along the south wall. The shelves behind it are filled with whiskeys and liquors. Of course, this is during Prohibition, but in the center of the room are two bar-height round tables, each with two bar stools at them. There's a window in the east wall with black drapes closed over the window. And I should have said there's a lavatory in this southeast corner.
I do a quick scan like of the room as I start heading towards the restroom.
Okay. It seems to be pretty well in order, except for the large amount of alcohol, which you might think is disturbing, depending on how you feel about alcohol. Mr. Diamond is very impressed. He's like, "Well, this is certainly a treat. I haven't seen this much in quite a long time. This much alcohol available in quite a long time."
So basically the same thing. I'll start, the scan of the room, just looking for, I'm looking at the colors of the alcohol, based on the year, the vintage, so on. Any color out of place, anything looks odd, the bottles don't look right, is the corks not there properly, so on and so forth. Just,
Yeah.
complete once over of the room.
All right. Make another intellect roll, Dr. Pearl.
That's a 16.
All right. Um, you notice one label on a whiskey bottle has a thumbprint in purple ink. And on that, in the label of that bottle is named after William Shakespeare, Shakespeare's whiskey.
Hmm. So I'll go over and examine the bottle closely, you know. Um,
What you got there, Doc? If I see him pull a bottle off the shelf and closely examine it, I definitely walk up and ask him, "Hey, yo, what you got there, Doc? A nice vintage?"
uh, could be, could be not. Um, I'm gonna just want to take a look at this. I'm gonna pull out my doctor's bag.
Yeah,
You said I got test tubes and stuff in there. So, is it possible to, that I've got maybe the the material to test for poison to see if there's something foreign in the alcohol? Could I do that?
sure.
So I pour a small amount into into a test tube and do the mix up and shake it thing and back and forth. So I'll make a wrote a 9.
Um, you're not really sure if this has been poisoned or not. It looks a little suspect, but it could just be really old.
It, it's so hard to say. This 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 one isn't isn't quite potable. I would say, but can't say if it's because it's of age or if it's actually been poisoned.
Real quick, did we see him pull that label with the purple ink off? Is that something he concealed from us?
I didn't conceal it. The label's still on there.
Oh, with the all right, so then we would notice
With
that too.
yeah, you all see the fingerprint.
I say, oh, it's definitely part of it. I look at the label. Some. Let's just keep a note of that. I take out a small journal and I write that down. William Shakespeare's whiskey. Close my book, put
Hey,
it away.
uh, 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 um, didn't did, didn't didn't you play Shakespeare in Shakespeare play or something?
I do, yes, I quite do. It's funny enough though. He is an inspiration, yes, but there are definitely few other playwrights out there that I enjoy more.
You see me kind of cut my eyes at you, little suspect there. Hmm.
When I'm in the bathroom, do I see? I scan the bathroom to see if I see anything suspicious.
You don't see anything suspicious in the bathroom, but the way that the mirror is positioned, you can see Dr. Pearl has found something. He seems to be poring over, concerned with a particular bottle.
Oh,
Although you
sorry.
probably haven't heard the conversation because your hearing
I
is so
can't.
bad.
Yeah, my hair is horrible. I come out of the bathroom. I'm like, oh, so we're having a drink now, are we? We're taking a break?
Mr. Diamond jumps in, heads towards the, sort of takes a few steps towards the bar and says, "Yes, as long as you've got bottles out, why don't you pour us all a drink, or me a drink anyway?"
This, I'm no bartender. I don't know what you want. It's all there. I'm trying to figure this out, and you can kind of see him pouring over the booze. He actually pours another sample, and he's like looking it over again, and he's kind of, you see him kind of obsessing at this point about
Yeah.
the possibility of this actually being the poison.
I make my way to the bar and I go, so what did I miss, Sonny?
And Mr. Diamond kind of edges his way between you guys and grabs another bottle, a bottle of newish, well, not new, but because everything would be at least 6 years old, but relatively recent gin, and pours himself a drink. But otherwise is ignoring your conversations.
I say to what is it, Garnet, Captain Garnet. It's like, looks like this here bottle of whiskey has something to do with something. You see the purple fingerprint on there? I'm assuming it's pretty noticeable that he'd be able to see it if we just point it out.
I like squint as close as I can to the bottle.
Like right there, purple ink. And our buddy Johnny loved purple ink.
What's that say?
William Shakespeare.
Oh, that hack. I prefer my American poets. I'm a T.S. Eliot guy.
He looks so. Look over at Mr. Diamond. You seem very unconcerned about this. You're not interested in finding out what happened.
Oh, if I could find any clues to help find the fiend who murdered my friend, I would love to. And then he pours himself a second drink.
So how is there how aware are you going to be if you're imbibing alcohol?
I don't see that that's any business of yours. And he grabs his drink and starts to walk out the door.
Hey, wait.
Yeah, we definitely can't let him be on his own.
And I kind of head for the door before he can get to the door, and push the door closed and put my back up against. You can't leave yet. We're sticking together, and we're to figure this out.
Okay. I don't know, Sonny. Maybe he got the right idea. Maybe we could cover more ground if we split up a little. And I'm still not that trusting of you.
So if you're not trusting me, why would you let us separate, and then somebody could hide clues, and then we wouldn't? No. Figure out what happened.
Hide clues? I thought we were supposed to find the murderer, Sonny. Did you say something about hiding shoes? Speak up a little, Sonny. I can't hear you with all the stuttering.
Mr. Diamond says, I know there is a reading room around here. Perhaps there'd be more information to find in the many books he had.
As good idea as any. I go move out the way. What is it, Pearl? Dr. Pearl? We need to go to the reading
As,
room.
as long as we're going together.
Of course, I put an arm around Mr. Diamond. Definitely not separating. I give him a big smile. Right,
Do you
friend?
think that he died outside? Maybe we should go to the entrance hall. Maybe there's some footprints or something. I'm just an old man, but I was in the army for 30 years.
All right, Master Ruby, make a like a perception roll.
Alrighty. Let me see if I have any skills that'll work with that or for that. Actually, I have an inability in knowledge and an inability in understanding. Would those be inabilities for this thing?
No, this is just if you catch
Okay.
something.
I rolled a 5.
All right, that's close enough. It's just when you put your arm around Mr. Diamond, and say, "Oh, we're all sticking together," he rolls his eyes and kind of tenses up. But otherwise, yeah.
Nothing to be concerned about, pal. I pat his chest a little and let him go, and I say, "Okay, Pearl, open the door."
I open the door.
All right, the reading room is to
So-
the west side. Yep.
Do I have to follow them? Because I'm going to the entrance hall.
Oh, you can go to the entrance hall. Yeah, you could split up or stay together. That's up to you.
As you're starting to head that way, I put my hand. Cap,
For old man, I'm surprisingly well trained
You are.
in combat prowess, so I'm gonna bend his arm back, like like when he goes to.
hey! Don't hurt, don't break it.
He said, "Don't you know that you don't grab an old man from behind like that, Sonny? I was in World War One."
Can you let go of my arm, please?
If you promise not to touch me anymore.
No more touching.
Oh, okay. And I let go, and then I start moving
Hey,
my.
hold on before you go that way.
If you're so concerned, why don't you come with me? We can always meet them.
Okay. So I'm going with with the captain.
All right.
And if Mr. Diamond is insistent on going to the reading room, separating, I would stick with him.
All right.
But if
so
he'll
for-
separate with us, I would definitely be like, whoa, wait a second. Let's all go to the entrance hall first, and then we can go to the reading room. I say that to Mr. Diamond as he's heading to the reading room. Does he stop
Alright.
or...
No, Mr. Diamond just like you could go that way. I think I need to do some investigation in the reading room.
I definitely follow him. Say, not alone, you don't.
All right. So let's look at what the entrance hall looks like.
Yeah, I'm definitely, when we walk in, I'm definitely gonna try to look for clues or look all around if I can.
The entrance hall has a set of grand double doors in the north wall. That's the main entrance, with carvings of all sorts of animals in the doors. There's a set of double doors to the south opening to the rest of the manor. That's where you came through. There's an elegant orange and black patterned rectangular oriental rug stretching from the north to the south. Along the western wall are 2 3-foot-tall pedestals, each holding a small statue. One is of a fawn, the other is of Cupid. Along the eastern wall are 2 similar pedestals holding statues, one of a dragon, the other of a devil. There's a small electric chandelier in the center of this room.
Could I roll to see if I see anything out of the ordinary, footprints or anything by the door?
Sure.
I'll make the same roll because I'm trained in perception.
I have a carefree, so it lets me roll twice, and I take the higher of the 2 rolls.
Yeah.
All right, my first roll was a 7, and my second roll was a 19.
I rolled a 17 and I'm trained, so it's
Oh, a
next.
19.
Mm.
There's really, as you step into the room to look around, there's nothing aside from what was described. But you can investigate details further if you want. There doesn't look to be anything out of the ordinary though, as far as footprints or things like that, like the door off its hinges or anything like that.
Was there anything on the? Because you said he was killed outside, correct? Was
Yes.
the doorknob? I go to the door and look, inspect the doorknob on either side. Because that's the entrance to get out of the house, correct?
Yeah, but it's also the entrance that you all came in, so there's nothing
Yeah,
odd
so I
about it
checked
at
like
this
the
point.
floor mat, the floor.
Right. Yeah, there's nothing suspicious about there. You don't see, blood or footprints or anything like that.
So do we do another scan? Because you said you could still investigate further.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check the. I'm gonna try to check the statues out.
Okay. Make another investigation roll. Or is Garnet, Captain Garnet, are you doing things on your own, or are you sort of
Yeah,
helping him, or?
yeah, I would try to go to the opposite side of the room so we could cover more ground and see if I could find anything else.
All right. So there's east and west side. So is Pearl looks like Pearl's on the east and
I'll
Garnet's
be
on the
on the
west.
west.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Yep.
My first roll was a 8. My second roll was a 16.
Right.
I
Kids
rolled.
kids at home, take Carefree when you can. It's really cool.
I rolled a 12.
Okay. You don't find, let's see.
But I'm trained, so that's actually like a 15.
Right. All right. So Dr. Pearl, you found something in the dragon's mouth. Are you going to show it to it? I could whisper it so you only see it, so only you
Yeah,
see
whisper
it.
it first, and then I'll make a decision on.
Okay. All right then. Oops. I forgot how Roll20 Whisper works. uh,
Did you
all
send it
right.
yet?
So I don't know. Well, Whisper's not working like I thought it did. So I'm just going to add it to your character sheet because they can't see your character sheet. So I'll put it in your background.
Okay. You need me to close it again?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'll close it just to be safe.
All right. See if you can see that. Another clue in your background. No?
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
You know what? Is is there anything on it other than just what it is?
No.
Okay. Um,
Well, no, just what I wrote in there.
okay. Then I'll take note of it and I'm not going to say anything just yet. I'm just going to leave it,
Okay.
and I'm going to leave it where it is.
Captain Garnet, you didn't find anything on the two statues on your side of the room. Not anything out of the ordinary, anyway. Looks pretty much like you would expect. All right, so let's flash over to the reading room, where Mr. Diamond and Master Ruby are. The reading room.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say I would definitely, as soon as I enter the room, monitor Mr. Diamond to see what he does first. But I would definitely make my way to any, playbooks or anything like that. There might be a section of the reading room that's dedicated to, like, plays maybe, or some, whatever. But I would definitely eye Mr. Diamond while I do it.
The reading room's main door is in the east wall, which you just came through. But there is a short, narrow door in the south wall. It's partially covered by a tapestry. There are 2 windows in the west wall, but the walls are otherwise completely filled with tall bookcases, each packed with books. Bookcases are sorted in order of publication, with the oldest in the northeast corner, then progressing counterclockwise through to the newest in the southeast corner.
I would definitely check out the newer books first. But again, I would be looking at Mr. Diamond to see what he's doing as I go to that corner.
He is going to see you go to that corner and go immediately to the oldest books and start looking through there.
All right, that's fine as long as he's still not doesn't look like he's overtly hiding anything. So I go about looking through books still, but still peeking every now and then at him if I can.
Okay. Make a investigation roll. Or
alrighty. I think from last time I don't think I have anything that'll help with that. Nope. So let me go ahead and roll that. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh.
And I'm gonna keep it. I'm not using an XP to re-roll it or anything. I'll take it.
Who do you want to give the other XP to?
The killer stabs you in the back.
For the GM intrusion on a natural 1, you don't have to award XP, but it's up to you.
I forgot you rolled. I forgot why we were doing GM intrusion.
Yes,
right.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah, I won't. All right, so the GM intrusion is the tapestry that is partially covering the south floor falls to the ground and displays. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't even tell you. Well, I'll tell you. That's all right.
Oh.
It displays, or I could message it to you. Yeah.
Up to you.
Let's be fair. I'll message it to you. This time I'll do it through Discord, so I don't have to worry about Roll20, though.
That works. Alright, I messaged you on Discord to open that up. But if it fell down suddenly, I would definitely gasp and turn to it loudly. It would definitely be very overdramatic. Definitely getting Mr. Diamond's attention. It's like, oh my word! What in heavens was that?
All right, so there is a clue for you, and you can either tell Mr. Diamond or tell anybody else later, or you can reveal clues however you want, or not. You're the only one. He noticed that this tapestry fell to the ground, but he doesn't notice the details that you do because he's too far away.
That's fine. I said, my word, can you believe this has happened? What magicry is this? Is there some kind of haunting going on as well? I am spooked beyond belief. And I obviously take in that detail, but don't say anything else other than that.
He's muttering to himself and ignoring you as he reads through a book. He's muttering in Latin, so you don't even understand. I don't think you would understand what he says
Nope,
unless you, unless your character speaks Latin. But
he does not. He actually has an inability in understanding. So he was like, why is he just talking gibberish in the corner? But if so he's reading books and muttering in Latin. Can I continue down the road to continue looking at books, or was the GMI like stopping what I was doing?
no, it doesn't stop what you're doing.
So I
You
would
can
definitely
still look
until
at
I
books.
continue down the road. Like if I didn't see anything of interest in the newer books, I would definitely go on to whatever books were down this aisle here.
All right, there's a lot. Like I said, basically the entire room is filled with books. So scanning it, nothing appears out of the ordinary. Looking at like the title of every book would take you days, if not, maybe it would take you dozens of hours at least.
Gotcha. I say out loud after seeing how many books there was like, my word, our boy Johnny had quite the collection here, didn't he, Mr. Diamond? And I look over to him to see what he's doing now.
He's still stuck in the same book, but when you say his name, he does look up and say, yes. Um, and he puts the book he was looking at back and says, well, perhaps we should move along.
I say, before we do that, friend, I put a hand on his shoulder if we're close enough. I say, did
Yeah.
you find anything of interest over there?
Oh, there's quite an interesting book. It's about the fall of Rome. And then he starts going on and on about Nero, one of his favorite emperors, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But none of it seems to be relevant to what you're doing.
I shake my head and say, friend, now's not the time for a history lesson. We're trying to find out what happened to our buddy Johnny. And you said there was a door behind the tapestry?
Yeah, the door that you're close. See this? The door that you're closest to down
Yeah.
here.
I definitely point out that door and say, why was the tapestry covering that? I go and I try to peek out the door to see what's across the hall there.
Yeah. So across the hall, there's another smallish door, smaller than most of these two doors are only like 5.5 feet tall and only 2.5 feet wide. So they're really small for whatever reason. But this door is partially ajar, so you can see this door goes into the music room.
So I say, mayhaps, after I see that the music room is there, I peek back at Mr. Diamond and say, mayhaps we double back and see how our buddies are doing, lest something bad befall one of them should one of the other ones be the devious killer. I say in a very overly dramatic way. And I turn to start walking towards the entrance hall.
Okay.
Probably about that time, I'd probably look at the captain. Captain,
My face is like an inch from the wall, still trying to inspect it.
I don't touch the captain this time. I get in his ear, near his ear, like, Captain.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't see anything here, Sonny. It's pretty dusty though.
Yeah, about the same.
Did you
You
find
wanna-
anything there, boy?
Nothing to speak of, I don't think. But we probably should go look in the office. It's right next room over.
What? Can you repeat that again, Sonny? I ain't quite hear you. You said coffee? No, I don't want any coffee.
Office.
Oh, the office. Oh, okay, yeah, Sonny's down this way, I think.
So by the time they're coming out the reading room, they should see us coming out the entrance hall.
Yeah. So I mean, you could get to the office faster if you want, but it would come out like this, right? That
Yeah, I would just like wave to them and say, we're going to the office.
Hark, fellows, as we approach you.
Mr. Diamond says, "Isn't it odd we haven't found any clues? How shall we determine this fiend?"
We found a a clue
Hmm.
in the bar, the drinking room.
What he say about rhythm and blues? That's my favorite music.
Anthony.
And I say, now that we're all together, I say actually I look over at Mr. Diamond. He says we didn't find any clues. I look kind of shifty eyed. I say actually I did find something when that tapestry fell. I was just a bit too startled in the moment to say anything. It gave me quite a fright. But I told him that the tapestry was a Van Gogh painting, and it had some of the had a thumbprint from Johnny Person on it. So I did see. So I say there was a piece by Van Gogh, so eloquent and beautiful, but there was on the back of it a thumbprint from our buddy Johnny.
Go.
Van Gogh.
Is that your favorite artist?
Not I.
Hmm. That is suspicious. I was never a big fan myself.
Does it look like he's telling the truth when he says that?
You can make a you can make an
Perception
insight
check?
roll.
An
Yeah.
insight? I'll make one.
All right, and so 1 second. I
Are
don't.
we there, Dean?
Yeah, we're all next to each other, basically, in the hallway as we
so I'm gonna
walk
make
in
a
towards
roll.
the
Yeah,
other
you're
place.
close enough. Like they would be following you, so you're close enough to hear the conversation.
I got
I got a natural 20 and an 11.
I got a 19.
19 and a
Would
20.
well, let me
Yeah.
just roll anyway. I don't think I have anything that helps. I got a 13.
Okay. And this is all from Mr. Diamond not liking Van Gogh. I mean, not liking Van Gogh, right?
Correct.
Yeah, we just trying to see how when he said it was it genuine?
Yeah, he's telling the truth. He really doesn't like Van Gogh.
Okay.
Quite overrated. I agree. I nod at him as I take his word for it. And where were you chaps off to?
The Office.
With my 20,
Right.
because I got a natural 20, could I get a first crack at checking out for the clue in the office?
Yeah.
Because I'm suspicious of all three of these guys.
All right. What would you like to do? Oh, wait. I got to tell you what the office looks like. How would you
He
know what to
speeds
do?
off. And we said, "Wow,
Okay.
haven't seen an old man move that fast in quite a while."
Yeah, so the door slams shut behind him, so he has his, Captain Garnet has a second to peruse the room before you all get in there. The office has a desk and a leather chair. There are 2 armchairs around a fireplace. There's a globe in one corner of the room and a large map on the wall above the fireplace. On the desk are several sheets of paper, a few pens, and a bottle of ink. So, Captain Garnet, if you want to inspect any particular thing, you could probably do it quickly before they see you, based on your 20 roll.
I'm going to check the globe.
Okay. Make a investigation roll or perception.
16 is my first roll, and a 12 is my second roll.
Okay. You find a clue on the globe. And
Ooh, lucky guess.
I'm gonna message that. Although the rest of you don't know it, so I'll message you that.
You just send it on Discord. Oh,
I say over to who's with
So-
me? Diamond and go ahead. Sorry.
Right. I was just gonna say, so you can get to the door. Dr. Pearl opens the door and is finds Garnet looking over this globe. But otherwise, you see the room as I described it. What were you? What did you say, Master
No,
Ruby?
I was just gonna tell them, how dare he speed off without us, and tell him let's make haste to the door. But yeah, if the door is open, we're good. I definitely run in as soon as I can.
I call out. You find something over there, old timer?
Say that my face is like pinned on the globe, like a nose. I'm not fast enough to move away to be.
I'm gonna head over there and see what he's looking at.
Mr. Diamond finally finishes his drink and looks fondly back towards the bar room, but then decides better of it since Ruby is always right next to him and follows you guys into the room.
I go, you see, it's pointing to Hawaii with that purple ink. I've never been there. I love to go to Hawaii. Have you ever been to Hawaii?
Do I believe? All right, now I do the lie detector, or whatever insight check on Captain Garnet here to see if he's telling the truth about having never been to Hawaii.
Yeah, you can make a roll.
I rolled a 3.
I actually lived in Hawaii for 30 years.
No, I guess I just can't tell. But Hawaii.
When he says something about Hawaii,
I asked whoever came closest to me, have they ever been to Hawaii? I want to check.
Oh, okay. Well, then that would be me. I've never been to Hawaii.
Can I check to see if he's lying?
Sure.
I also chime in and say Hawaii.
16 on the first roll and a 7 on the second roll.
All right. Well, only you would know that, right? So I have to tell you. So.
What was I gonna say though?
My thing was, what I wanted to do was, when he made mention of Hawaii, though, I do want to just kind of take a look at everybody, if there was any response, or any inflection or anything in the others in the room as well.
Well, while you're examining us, I definitely chimed in as soon as you finish your sentence that Hawaii, I bet it's wonderful this time of year, but no, I have never been.
So is Dr. Pearl, are you trying to get insight on all 3 of them?
Yes, I want to see when he made, you just see my head kind of pop up and I look around.
All right. Make an insight check then.
Come on, die. Nope. I'm going to, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna spend an XP. I rolled a 3.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot we have XP.
Yeah, you had 1.
19.
All right. Okay. All right. Just to be completely fair, I'll message you in Discord.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Diamond, actually, he's still looking forlornly at his drink, so he doesn't actually interest himself in the conversation.
Well, while they're still talking about Hawaii, what else was in this room of note?
Okay.
We didn't look at anything else. I went right to the goal.
There's a desk with a leather chair at it, and on the desk are some sheets of paper and a few pens and a bottle of ink. There's 2 armchairs around a fireplace. Above the fireplace is a large map, and then there's the globe.
I definitely check out the map.
I'm going to the paper with the ink.
You're gonna do. Wait a minute. All right, let's do Ruby first. So you're looking at the map, right?
Correct, over the fireplace.
All right, so make an investigation roll.
I rolled a 10.
Okay. Oh shoot! Now that I've started this, I have to keep doing Discord, right? If I want to be absolutely fair about this. Okay. And then Captain Garnet. You did you say you're investigating the desk?
Yeah, the paper and the ink. Where you said
Okay.
the paper was.
Make an investigation roll.
All right. 8 on the first roll and 8 on the second roll. So it's 88.
88. Well, that would be good for most games. Not so much Call of Cthulhu, but
Oh, yeah.
okay.
So while you're divulging this information, I'll just say, I'll respond to what I learned. After looking at the map for a little while, I turn around and say, nothing here. I guess the globe was the location. Or maybe, I don't know. I start scratching my head. This is becoming troubling, more so than it was.
I'm like looking at the papers like an inch from my face. I go, do you know? Come check this out. Look at this. Come over here. Hurry.
I'll go look.
I come over too if he's calling us all over.
There's a sale of underwear at Bloomingdale.
Oh my God.
The new fancy man trousers.
I whisper, I get close to them and go in his ear. Your vision's going too. That's not underwear.
Oh yeah, maybe you're right.
But now that we're over there, do we notice anything out of the ordinary on the desk other than this quote unquote coupon he pointed out to us? Because I definitely, now that he called us over, I look around.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking a look at
Yeah,
the
you're
desk.
close enough to investigate the desk if you want to make a roll for that.
I definitely do. I rolled a 14.
I rolled 14 too.
Hey.
Oh, no. All
But
right.
I'm trained in it, so.
Oh, okay. All right. So let me just tell you both whether you found anything or not.
And if while we're doing that, I definitely see what Mr. Diamond is up to. Whether he followed us to look at the desk, or if he's doing his own thing, or whatever have you.
He is following you, but he's not. He's like the last to do this. Like he's a few steps away, and then he's like, "Oh, everybody else is over at the desk. I better go over to the desk." So he doesn't. He's like he's following you guys, kind of being part of the group, but he doesn't look particularly involved about it. Involved isn't the right word. He doesn't seem enthused about whatever you're looking at.
I look over at this quote here and I point, I ask, and it's funny that I ask, but I ask him, I asked, what is it, Dr. Pearl, that's a Shakespeare quote, right?
Yeah. 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 Not sure which play, but I'm quite sure.
Oh,
Mr. Diamond jumps in and says, "That, you fools, that's from Hamlet. Doesn't everybody know Shakespeare? He's my favorite author."
oh,
Really?
dun dun dun. Hamlet. I rub my beard. You're acting rather not lackadaisical as well, Mr. Diamond.
Lackadaisical? Lackadaisical?
Yes.
He, by the way, Mr.
Did
Diamond,
somebody
you got over dinner conversation.
say we're having ham for dinner?
You would have realized that he knows how to pronounce lackadaisical. He's got quite the vocabulary, so the drink is starting to get to him, maybe. As far as his pronunciation is going.
Was he telling the truth about Shakespeare being his favorite author or whatever have you? Playwright?
You have to make an insight check.
I definitely will. I rolled a 3.
I rolled a 12.
I say, I don't even know if it's actually Hamlet or not, and I just agree. It's like, yeah, quite the good eye. Yes, Hamlet. Yes, I've played in that once or twice in the park.
You're trained though, Dr. Pearl, right?
Yes.
Okay. 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 Anything else we want to do about the office, or do we want to?
I'm gonna start walking out towards the.
Game room.
We haven't been to the game room.
Mm-mm.
No,
Yeah, so I'll start headed towards the game room.
and I follow suit. If we know that's the game room there, I say, oh, a shot of billiards would definitely be good and relaxing right about now. So stressed.
Yeah, you effectively know as much as this map shows you. So, like, you know there is a game room and where it is. You just don't know, like, you've never been in it before. So you have a rough idea about the layout, but not the details.
Gotcha. All right,
So
we
when are
head
these
on
ham
in.
sandwiches coming? You said that we were gonna get ham sandwiches?
The butler's not here.
Oh, I thought I heard ham.
No, game, sir. Game. And we start heading over to the game room, not the ham room.
Okay, so, well, actually, you would probably all arrive there first, unless you want to, like, make an effort to, run in front of people.
No, I'm not making any effort to speed in first. At least I'm not.
Yeah, I'm old man.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay.
Okay, so the game room holds a large pool table in the center of the room. The floor is covered with a medium green carpet. The pool table is longer than a standard pool table, and it has 8 holes instead of the standard 6. There are 2 tall windows on the western wall. The main door is in the east wall, which you came through, but there is another door in the south wall. There are no seats in this room, but there are 2 curio cabinets, one in the southwest corner, one in the northeast corner. Each has glass shelves with various decorative objects on them.
I'm gonna head to the pool table and check like the pockets of the table.
All right, make an investigation roll, please.
2 on the first row and 18 on the second.
And I would definitely walk
Okay.
over to the curio stand. And that's just basically a little cabinet with stuff in it, right?
Yeah, but there are 2 of them, one in opposite corners of the room.
I'll go to... Wait, what are the 2 corners? But either way, I'll go to the left one.
Okay. Okay.
Whichever one is left of me.
You could make an investigation roll to see if you notice anything weird.
I rolled a natural 20. Let's go.
Oh, shoot. All right, then.
Oh, wait, no. That's not a natural 20. That's a 1. That's the 1. I rolled a 1.
How'd you miss it? Oh.
So there are two symbols. That's why it's the Numenera dice, and I just saw that the
Oh,
Numenera
the
symbol is the
Numenera
other one.
dice.
So the other I don't even know what this symbol is. That is the one, but actually it's a one. Sorry, I'm honest. It was a natural one.
Okay. So, GM Intrusion?
Correct. As I go to examine the left curio.
You go to open the door of the curio cabinet, and you accidentally open it so wide that it slams back into the edge of the cabinet itself, shatters the glass, shatters all the shelves, and there's just pieces of porcelain and things left. It's like a puzzle now. You don't know what was on the shelves.
I look up at
Everything broke.
Everything broke in that cabinet. Yeah.
I look up to my cohorts here and ta-da.
I'm gonna go over and investigate the pieces and see if I can salvage any idea if there was anything there.
All right. Yeah. You can make an investigation roll, but the DC's going to be really high.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna try it. I'm trained in it, so you know. Oh my god. Oh, probably not enough. I wrote a 14.
Yeah, everything is. It's almost like, how did this shatter this much? There's just like crumbs.
Acting!
Go to the message I sent you on Discord.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, I just laugh about it nervously, with the handle of the curio case still in my hand.
I'll look at it. I'll look at the mess and go. Oh, okay. I'll go start looking at the pool. I'll go start looking at something else in the room. I'm gonna just kind of move away from.
And if he doesn't specify where he's looking, I walk over to the other curio case and open that one.
Sure.
I kind of walked that direction, but
What else was besides those cases? You said the window, right?
Right. There's two windows in the west wall of the room.
Yeah, I'll check the windows while they all looking at the broken porcelain.
like I said, I'm gonna check the other curio case. Be like, let me open this one.
All right.
Take the lead by all means. I like
Everybody make an investigation roll.
I got a 13 on my first roll and a 14 on my second.
I got a 12.
I got another 14.
All right. To save texting time, I'm going to tell you that none of you find anything interesting. The curio cabinet is not completely shattered. Has a bunch of porcelain statues in it, but they're just like, oh, there's a Buddha here. Oh, there's a Cupid. But you can open the cabinet as long as you're careful with Master Ruby being near it. You can open the cabinet and investigate the statues, and you don't find anything that looks like a clue, anything out of place.
Okay.
And probably at this point, we should probably take a break. This seems like a good place to.
All right.
Okay.
That works. So yeah, we'll take a quick break. Hopefully we can figure out this mess. Ruby just broke the case. That was fun. But yeah, either way, we'll take a quick little break here. We'll come back, finish off this one-shot murder mystery. Hopefully, we'll have some satisfying conclusion. But yeah, have you figured it out yet? Let us know in the chat as we go and take a quick break.
I got my suspicions.
From us at the CU, we will see you in a little bit. Hey yo, it's your boy Ancient Albatross back with the CU boys for part 2 of our murder mystery game Hint by Jason Campbell. And I'm just going to pass it over to Jason to give us a little recap of what happened before the break. And yeah, we'll go from there. Jason?
Great. So yes, unfortunately, our subject, Johnny Person, was killed last week, and each of our players are playing one of his friends, trying to figure out which of these players is guilty. There's one player each. I mean, one character each for the players, and then I'm playing one NPC. And what's happened is Mr. Person, before he died, left some clues around his mansion about that give the identity of the killer. So that's where we're at. We're exploring the mansion, little room by room, trying to find some clues until we discover which of these four characters is the fiend. Where we left off, in the game room, where there's an extra large pool table now, and there's a curio cabinet, and then the remains of a shattered curio cabinet in the opposite corner. Are we going to another room?
Oh, most definitely. I
What
mentioned to
room
the
haven't we hit?
music room, dance hall, kitchen, basically that whole corner there. But what I was gonna say was I mentioned to y'all, uh, when Mr. Diamond and I were in the reading room, we noticed a small doorway that led to mayhaps the back of the adjacent room. I think it's the music room, if I recall correctly. So maybe we should go through that door and see if there's a little. So the door was very small compared to normal. I don't know if maybe it was a hidden doorway or something, but yeah, it might prove useful to check that out.
Mr. Diamond says, "You should do that. You should do that. That seems odd. I myself am going to refill my drink." And he starts walking towards the bar.
I'll I'll look at I'll look at Master Ruby and I- I'll go with him and then we'll meet you in the music room.
Okay, we could definitely do that. And I say, I guess you're with me, Colonel or Captain.
And sandwiches?
There might be. You never know what they could have left. And I start leading him toward the music room, or I guess into the reading room specifically to that secret door.
Yeah. I put my arm around his arm, like loop it around. He goes, I sure am hungry, Sonny.
Yeah, I let him, and I hold him or whatever, as whatever you walk up older person, like, yeah, maybe there's crackers too and wine. As we start walking to the reading room entryway.
Okay, so we're going to the music room through the smaller door.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. So we enter the music room. The main door to the music room is in the east wall, but you came through the small narrow door in the north wall. There is one window in the west wall, which is covered with heavy, dark purple drapes. Towards the southwest corner, there's a harpsichord that looks to be at least a century old, perhaps more. There's a bench sitting at the keyboard with a red velvet cushion. Hung on the walls around the room are 3 glass cases holding musical instruments: a violin, a flute, and a bugle.
I'll go check out the instruments.
I want to check out the drapery. The purple drapes.
Right. That's probably secret, so you could each make investigation rolls.
I rolled a 12.
8 and a natural 20.
A natural 20 again?
There he goes.
He's cheating. He's the killer.
I only had a natural 20. Did I have a natural 20? Yeah, I did.
You've had like 2.
You were the only
See, now
one.
now he's lying about the natural 20.
Yeah, let me make an insight check to see if he lied about the natural 20.
Killer.
Can you
He's killer.
see?
Not
I'm using
really.
My pride dice.
But yeah, you're gonna let us know what we saw in Discord, right?
Yeah, so, I think I just did, and then
Okay, cool.
Ant. So, as always, you were each busy with your own investigation, so you didn't see if the other person found anything. So it's up to you to disclose or not disclose, however you choose to continue?
I would definitely tell him nothing weird about the drapes, even though they're purple. And then I would be saying that as I'm walking towards. You said there's like a red couch type thing with cushions.
No, it's the harpsichord, like a.
Oh,
so
okay.
it
I
has
would
like
definitely.
it has a piano bench in front of it, basically.
Gotcha. What did he check that out, or was he checking out the?
No, he checked out the musical instruments on the wall.
Yeah, so then I would walk over to the harpsichord for sure and check that out while I'm telling him, hey, there was nothing weird about the wall, or excuse me, the drapes.
I tell him,
Yeah.
what you call it, with my natural 20, could I let me see.
Like, 'twas nary a thing off about that fine drapery over yonder. As I go,
Yeah,
as I move in to investigate the harpsichord.
With my natural 20, could I investigate it before he does?
Oh, this
Because I
guy.
didn't find anything on the instruments.
You mean quickly investigate like the hanging instruments and then run over to the harpsichord really quick and see what you find?
Yep.
Sure.
It's 20. I mean, I don't. It makes sense.
Yeah, and it says natural 20, so yeah.
That like
This
Omen says in
bright
chat,
old
that
man.
old man strength.
The die
Okay.
has been cast, so
I got an 8 and a 12. So 12.
to investigate, yeah. All right, so now I have to tell you what you see as you sort of spryly run over there and quickly investigate the harpsichord. Oh, I thought I was turning the sound off.
I would
Okay.
definitely still be approaching him. It's like, oh, whoa, slow down there before you break something. Find anything interesting over there as I begin to, approach the harpsichord as well. I don't investigate it now that I see he's investigated it.
All right,
just
so
ask him.
I say, yes, there's purple ink here. Come check it out.
All right, I go and I investigate it as well. So he's
I would
pointing
like
it
to
out
do
to
a-
me, right?
I would like to do a player intrusion.
Oh,
Okay.
When he goes to investigate, I'm bolting out the door to the front entrance. I think I know who it is.
Okay.
all right. So I'll still be oblivious and check. I mean, it's up to you to allow that intrusion, though.
I'll give you a head start. Yeah. I mean,
Alright.
unfortunately for you, if you're trying to get to the entrance hall, that's the furthest point from where you're at right now.
Yep.
Oh, but yeah, I
But that's
definitely.
where I have to go, right, to declare who I think it is, right?
I'll tell you who it is. I already know who it is.
But I
I figured it out a while ago.
Do I have
just
to
needed another
roll?
clue. I needed another clue.
I don't know if he pointed
Damn
it
it.
out directly to me. The
Do I have
ink.
to make a speed roll?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do
Speed
we hear any
defense-
commotion or anything?
I'm specialized in speed defense, right?
Do we hear any commotion or anything? To give
Yeah,
What are we
so-
doing?
In the bar room, what happens is Mr. Diamond only wants to refill his drink, and he left the bottle right on the bar. So he walks in, walks up to the bar, pours his drink, and then he's ready to go back and leave and figure out what the heck's going on, unless Dr. Pearl would want to do something else in the bar.
No, I just was accompanying him.
All right, so yeah, by the time Captain Garnet has done 2 different investigations and then get from the music room, you would have been back out in the hallway in time to see him sort of dashing towards the entrance hall.
Oh boy.
And I assume, well, I don't know. I'm not going to assume. Master Ruby, you're just letting him go? Or are
I
you
mean,
chasing him?
because he's Yeah, he used a player intrusion, right? So he already did that. Like that happened.
Yeah.
He got his head start. I definitely
Yeah,
would
you
still
can't
be
catch
looking
him on the
for
way
that.
out.
Yeah.
It's just that you know he's gone from the room. So do you want to chase after him after that point?
Do I see the purple ink before running off is the question. Or can I look at it first if
Actually,
there was
yeah.
actually any purple ink there?
Yeah. So you can see the purple ink on the harpsichord.
And what does that tell me?
It tells you when you like touch the key to the harpsichord. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, at this point, it doesn't matter. I might as well just tell you. It tells you that it automatically plays a song like a player piano in the style of opera.
All right. And then as soon as I hear that, I run off.
Okay.
Yeah.
But did my player intrusion give me a lead or anything?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely way out of the room.
He's the only question is whether like Dr. Pearl could.
You're gonna run into us because I was basically. I mean, like I said, I was just accompanying there. So when we turn around, we're gonna see him running towards us.
Right. There's no. You're definitely going to outdistance Master Ruby. You're going to get to the entrance hall before Master Ruby can get there.
Well, I'm specialized in speed defense because I'm running into the.
So is he going to run into? But will he run into one of us?
You're going to see him.
Yeah, it's not like you know what I'm doing. That's like metagaming. You're just going to see me running.
Right. Right. From where you're standing right now, you wouldn't see him until he's here.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So at that point, and you know what? You're specialized in speed defense. I mean, you could maybe take an action, but realistically, what can you do from that point? He's faster than you are.
I'm still running my little leggies as fast as I can to catch up.
Mr. Diamond is just drinking. He's like, what's going on? Why are there people running?
Why doesn't he care about our good departed friend, Mr. Person?
So, yeah, Captain Garnet, you get to the entrance hall. I don't
All
think.
right. Once I get here, is there any way I can lock this door? Like, how do these doors look?
There's no lock in those doors. There's only a lock. There's a lock to the. Oh, I see. There's not. Oh,
is there a handle? Is like because it's double doors. Is there
the map got cut off? So if you go outside the manor, then there's a lock. There's just no.
No, I'm
lock
talking about these two double doors that I'm pinging now, right?
The inner doors, right?
Yeah. Are they handles? Not door.
They're a
knobs.
door. Yeah, there are door handles. They just don't have.
Yeah,
a lock.
I'm gonna close the door, put my cane in between.
All right.
And then I had took a bottle of liquor and I'm gonna start throwing it around everything and I'm gonna light a match and run out the door.
All right. Well, it takes him a while to do that. What would you like to do, Dr. Pearl?
Well, not a lot I could do if he got through the doors before we even could do anything.
He did, but it takes him a while to bar the door, and then after he bars the door with his cane, he's still sitting in the room trying to.
You know what? While he's doing that, I'm gonna go. You said there was a window in the office.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to the office.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look over at Diamond.
Yeah.
And be like, listen, he did it. There were clues that pointed to him. He did it. When you
Well, hold on, I got a question about the rules because technically wouldn't I have won already? Because I had 3 clues and I made it to the entrance hall.
You did.
Okay.
Oh well, never mind then. Because I mean, I had 2 clues. I had 2 clues that pointed you. Because when I was in the entrance way, I found a thing, but where you were,
we could go play it out, but I won.
Yeah, we could play a fight, but theoretically, according to the rules, yeah.
That's good. We don't have to play
I would say
with it.
we're trapped. The building burns down, and he got away with his crime.
I went out the window though.
No, I was still there trying to break down the door. I'm not the brightest tool in the shed, so yeah, I thought every other entrance might have been locked, even the windows. Didn't go looking, and I tried to find to save the butler and met my demise.
And I was trying to get one more clue, but I have ended up following Diamond, jerk.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, that was a
but
lot of fun.
yeah, it definitely was a lot of fun.
Because I got the clue when you said you had never been to Hawaii, I knew you were lying.
Yeah.
And I was like,
But that was the thing. Jason gave you that because you didn't ask. Jason asked, "Do you want to check everybody?" And I'm like, "Why are you doing that?"
no, I'm saying I was looking
No,
at.
he said I scan around the room to see everybody.
Yeah, but he
Something
didn't say
like
anything
that.
about me.
I said everybody. I was
did say
checking
everybody.
I wanted to see.
Go back and watch the video. I'm 100%
I wanted to see everybody's reaction.
Jason threw me under the bus.
He did say he wanted to see everybody's reaction. If we're talking about the same scene anyway.
Yeah.
Because I said I wanted to see everybody's reaction. Jason was like, everybody. I'm like, yeah, everybody. Because I think he meant, because I'm looking at you initially. And I think he was making sure because I was checking everybody. I wanted to see everybody's reaction to the whole Hawaii thing.
Go back and watch the video, D. You asked to check Al. No,
he
you
said
asked
everybody.
To check
No, I
Jason.
didn't.
No,
Yes,
he did say everybody.
You asked to check Jason. Watch the video.
Well, it doesn't. We'll have the video.
Yeah, a
tomorrow.
murderer and a killer and a liar and trying to down on us.
And a manipulator.
Yeah.
Oh, that was definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I like it, Jason. That's a good addition to Cypher System.
Thanks. It's
yeah.
I gotta say it's different every time because I've run it a lot. Not a lot, but I've run it several times.
I have a quick question for you. Oh,
Anthony's character is the first one to actually escape.
Really?
But because I've played it with like 5 or 6 players, it makes it a lot harder for the murderer to get away.
Yeah, I would assume so. I would also think that as a GM, it's like I think that the players have to be aware that they have to ask all the questions themselves because with 6 people, the GM has to most like stand back and go, I want to check this person because it's really difficult because I sent you a private message like, should I be separating from the group? Because it's hard for me to get clues if everybody's traveling together. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that was really the whole point was I didn't want anybody alone because I knew if we separated, it was gonna be chaos.
That is part of the game though, because I've played it with groups who don't want to separate at all, and I played it with groups where they want to separate. And then, but there's multiple things.
Yeah, that puts the killer in behind the 8 ball though, because like especially if you're the killer and you don't have ability of investigation.
Right.
Like you're kind of stuck behind the 8 ball. That's why I was like, I got to get away from these guys.
Right. But there's also, there's more than that to consider. There's the game itself. Some players, because as soon as you separate 6 different ways potentially, that means I've got to run 6 different games, like 5-minute segments. And some players don't want to deal with that, even if it was mechanically advantageous.
Oh no, I didn't mean it from I meant it from the murderer's perspective.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The murderer's perspective, you know what? But if you even like with the Clue game, the actual board game, it's the same thing. You never let anybody get by themselves. That's the whole point. Everybody's a suspect, so nobody can be alone.
But but this ramps it up a little bit because in the Clue board game, you're the only one who sees those cards. Nobody can ever peek over your shoulder.
Exactly.
Here, because it's role playing, it's like maybe somebody saw you find a clue, maybe they didn't. It depends on how you guys play it out.
And that's the other thing is because the way you could play, like with you being, old and tough like you were, you could have killed somebody else.
You know what I was thinking is that I was gonna try to be as funny as possible to distract y'all from, like what I'm actually doing. And I know I kind of laid it on too thick because people in chat were saying it was me from the very beginning.
Like I said, when we were in that, when it was like, wait a minute, 2 clues to point towards him, Hawaii.
Yeah. I should say that we played it with 4 players today because it's best if there's only 1 NPC, but there's actually 6 characters in the game, so you could play with up to 6, anywhere between 2 and 6 players.
Yeah, this was absolutely fantastic. I had a blast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, I bought a copy of it, so I might run it as a one shot somewhere along the line.
And
Definitely
if
had a lot
anybody
of
in the
fun.
audience wants to pick up a copy, or somebody watching on YouTube tomorrow or in the
Yeah.
future, right? After I murdered all these guys, I'm directing you to go to drive through RPG and pick up your own copy of the hit.
You
If not,
murdered those guys. I went out the window. I went out the window and went home. I went out the window and found a constable.
Mr.
Captain-
Diamond's still like burning while he's drinking.
Captain Ruby. No, not Ruby. What's your last name?
Garnet.
Captain Garnet is a killer. He's an old killer.
Yeah,
Got
I should have never said anything about Hawaii because I found that clue. I should have just kept my mouth shut.
Yep. But we still
Well,
got anyway.
Well, you found the Hawaii clue. The piece of paper, you know, the quote from William Shakespeare. They ended up telling you that, right?
Yeah.
You just rolled a really bad investigation roll because you were there first. You were the first one to investigate the desk. It's just like, I'm like, I guess you didn't notice, or maybe you never heard of William Shakespeare.
You notice I said William Shakespeare. He's a hack. I'm a T.S. Eliot fan.
Was T.S. Eliot even writing at that time?
Yeah.
In the 20s?
Yeah, T.S. Eliot's from the 1900s. I mean, 19.
Just barely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, was he?
I
the
wouldn't
Waste
know.
in 1922.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it would have been a brand new book, but
Yeah, the Waste.
But yeah, that was definitely a lot of fun. I can see it being a lot of fun with a lot of players too. But yeah, definitely a good time.
No, he said it was 1926. T.S. Eliot would have been 5 years old.
Oh my god, he looked
I
it
thought he
up.
published in 1920. All right, never mind.
Yeah. No, he did. T.S. I'm looking at it right now. He was born in 1888, died in 1965.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, they said something in 21. Okay, nothing. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And his most famous poem is The Wasteland. It was published in 1922. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wowie,
all right.
wow,
There you go.
History lesson as well.
Right, and we learned something at the CU today.
Oh.
Yeah, 1888. Nice.
I was trying to rack my brain for some like an American poet, or American author. T.S. Eliot was the first name that came up. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I know he was from around that time period.
Good guess.
I wasn't even paying attention. You probably could have said Roald Dahl, and I would have been like, oh, okay, whatever.
Same. I'm in the same boat.
All right, guys. I'm out of here.
Yeah, there's definitely been a blast. Jason, anything, or for our viewers at home, are there any way for them to find you online? I have your links in the chat here, but you can go ahead and mention anything or any other projects you might be working on or anything like that. Now's the time. Yeah, let everyone.
Yeah, so I'm Jason C on Discord, but everywhere else in the world, I am Shadomain, ShadoMain. So that's Twitter, Facebook. Where else am I? I have shadowmain.com and Instagram and blah, 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 blah. If you go to shadowmain.com, I write articles. I've written some articles for Cobalt Press also about teaching games, which I've done a lot of. And as far as future projects, I'm working on a few more one-shots like this, also for Cypher Systems. I think the next one to come out is called It Came from the 50s, and you play either a gangster or a rock and roll hoodlum trying to save the teen center from aliens invading from outer space.
Nice.
So if this was too normal, that one's going to be even weirder.
It definitely sounds like a very fun concept.
Yeah, and if not only is Jason a great friend of ours, he does wonderful work. So visit his website and check out his articles. They're fantastic. Go to Drive to RPG and support him there. And like always, he's on the Cypher Unlimited Discord, so you could go chat with him there as well, along with many other great content creators and the three of us knuckleheads. But if you like us and you like what we do, go join the Cypher Unlimited Discord. It's the largest fan-run Discord server for all things Monty Cook games. It's games being run every day. People talking about all the fantastic products produced by Monica Games there. If Discord's not for you, go to our Facebook group. It's not as big as our Discord, but there's great conversations being had there as well. If you want to support us, give us a little donation on Ko-fi. You know, our videos are always free, but it helps us out with the little things like Zoom course. Or go to our online store and pick up some cool Cypher Unlimited merch like we all got on today, minus Al. Shame on you, Al. And yeah, pick up some cool Cypher Unlimited merch there. And I think that's everything. Oh, no, like, share, subscribe on YouTube and give us a follow and subscribe here on Twitch if you can. We really appreciate it, especially YouTube. You know, go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. We're really trying to get our counts up there. You know, we're trying to get to 1,000. Hopefully, we'll make it by the end of this year. And last but not least, we love you guys.
And I'll have one other thing to say to everybody out there, just so everybody knows, Claim the Sky is out. It's a great book. We've played it with the actual creator. I've started an open table on the server, so if you want to get a game of Claim the Sky in, make your way over. You'll just see the announcements. It's going to happen every other Saturday between 2 and 3, and it's going to be an open table. I do have pre-gens for people to play. You can bring your own character in, but hey, let's get this thing going.
Yeah, most definitely. Stop on by, play some Claim the Sky, say hello to everyone. We're an awesome group, very friendly and helpful. But yeah, as usual, thank you guys so much for watching. We will be back next week. Same time, same place. And yeah, from us at the CU, we will see you later.
Bye, guys.